Okay, hello, grade 8. This is something that you would be doing normally in class, and I'm going to have to do it now for you on the video. But that's okay. When you get back to school, we'll give you the opportunity to experiment and investigate with these Group 1 alkaline metals. So we have here at the top of Group 1, we've got lithium, then we have some sodium, and we've got potassium, or kalium in German. All right, and they are all stored, as you can see, in oil. All right, this keeps them away from the air because, as we'll find out later, they react with the air. All right, so what we're going to do is do a few different tests with them, take a look at them, figure some stuff out. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is find out, are they conductors of electricity? And we can see I've made a complete circuit here, and the light bulb comes on when I touch them. All right, if I touch it to the glass, not going to come on. So let's touch it to lithium. You can see the light bulbs come on. Lithium conducts electricity. Same with sodium, conducting electricity. Potassium. And then potassium conducts the electricity. I had to push it in there a little bit to get rid of that oil on the top layer. All right, next up, let's take a look at how soft they are. All right, so I'm going to take this little spatula and hold it with the tweezers, and let's push down on it, and let's see. Pretty hard, but at the same time, if I wiggle, I can scratch off a little piece at this top right here. So soft enough for me to poke with the spatula and break off some pieces. Pretty hard though compared to the other, because you'll see sodium, when I push into it, very, well, not very easy, but somewhat easily, I smash it. You can see how malleable it is. It's now going into this kind of thin sheet here. And you can see what I've done to it. There. I would say it's about the consistency of like cold gum. All right, now I go here to the potassium. And this is super, super mushy. Very, very malleable. And I can very easily press it. It's probably about like regular gum. Gum that you've just spit out of your mouth. Very, very soft, very malleable. All right. All right, so I've zoomed in with this high quality webcam I have. Let's take a look at how they react when they're exposed to the air. This will also give us an idea of what's the true color. So I'm going to take the spatula and kind of scratch off. There you go. You can see it's very shiny when I scratch it, and it's not very quickly changing color when exposed to the air. It's slowly getting there. We can come back to it and look at it in a little bit. Next, let's take a look at the sodium. So it's a kind of a light gray color right now. And let's scratch off this top layer of, and if you can see, hopefully, it's a shinier color, but it almost immediately turns white. All right. And then we get to the potassium. Potassium, when I go and smash it to expose the metal inside, it's also a shiny, reflective, metal looking, and it immediately gets gray, and then after a few minutes, it kind of turns this purpley color. All right. So that's what happens when they're exposed to the air. We can see this one takes a lot longer. The lithium, it's still kind of changing color here. And This one took a little bit less, and the potassium almost instantly changed color. All right, so now I am adding some water to some Petri dishes. This is just distilled water, pure water. All right, and before I put anything in it, I've got some universal indicator. It will tell us what the pH is of it. All right, so let's pull some out. I can see pure water stays right here in the middle, right at 7. All right, do it to the next one. Nothing's happening. Next one, and nothing's happening. I have pure water, no surprise there. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to add in a little piece to it. Let's start with lithium, adding it into the water. Nothing to see there, and there it goes. It's gone. All right. Next up, a piece of sodium, same size. You can see they're all floating on the top of the water if you look carefully. And it's gone. And with a little bit of smoke here. Now, potassium, dropping it in the water. And it is gone. All right, so you might need to use this video to do some timing to figure out how long did each of them last. They're all three about the same size, but they reacted some quicker than others. All right, let's take a look at what happened to the pH. There we go, look at that. Definitely went up, which means it turned basic. Let's look at this one. So that was the potassium, this is the sodium, and the lithium. So they all made a base. We know bases are hydroxide. So whatever's in here is going to be lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, and potassium hydroxide. That's what's inside here. It reacted with the water to make that. All right, now I'm going to burn them. And I'll get a little piece by Bunsen burner. And we can also see that they very quickly melt in the spoon. It's a little warmer. That right there is the oil burning. That'll take a second to burn off. And there it goes, the burning lithium. Takes a while, but it's very bright, very white, and the lithium is burned. All right, so I've cleaned off my spoon and dried it off because I don't want to get any water on there. And I get a piece of sodium. Now I've got my sodium. Let's see what happens. I get it to burn. That orange is the oil stuck to it. But pretty soon the sodium's melted. You can see it's turned into a ball. Oops, it didn't light. If I tilt it too much, it falls off. If I tilt it not enough, it won't get it hot. And there it goes. And it's burning, more of an orange flame. And it's done. Again, these are all the same size, so you can maybe calculate how long it took to burn. Okay, and now I'm back with the potassium. Potassium will melt quite a bit faster. And it's about to burn. There, it's melted. And it looks like it burned. That was it. Double check that. Yeah, that was it. So I got another piece of potassium. Let's just try it again. Make sure that was all that it does. And there it goes. It's burning now. Burning potassium. All right, so I got some free test tubes here. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. And the water is added. Next, I'm gonna put a little bit of it in there and we're gonna capture the gas that is collecting inside and see what it is. All right, so I got a little piece of lithium. Let's drop it in there. And I'll go ahead and try to capture that gas in there. So I've got lithium and I've got water, H2O. So let's see what gas could have come out of there. All right, so it burned. That tells me it's hydrogen. Let's see if the others do the same. All right, some sodium. And let's take a look at that gas. You can see there's actually a little flame inside there. All right, got a piece of potassium. Let's drop it in there. Capture that gas. All right, so all three of them make hydrogen. And we know it's hydrogen because it's burned.